We're recording. All right. So we are super excited to talk to you guys today about who makes a good coach, because there are seriously so many different walks of life that come together in this coaching community, and it is incredible to see. But literally anybody can be a coach. But we have a couple different perspectives here. And we're each going to share a little bit about our different perspectives. It resonates with you. This is all just very real life. Like, there's nothing, like, we're not scripted. So if you're watching this and you're just like, I am not this or I'm not that, so I can't be a coach, like, you can. So we're just going to knock this out, and hopefully you can relate to it in some way, shape, or form. And we'll just share how we got started with coaching and kind of just our stories with it. So, Kate, we'll start off with you if you want to jump right in.
Sure. I just started coaching this year actually, and I'm a part-time RN, so I work at the hospital and I do like crazy hours and shifts. So fitting this in like at first was difficult, but I think now that I've gotten into a routine, it's a lot better, and I kind of prioritize my week. So I'll make sure like I do my harder things for coaching that takes like more focus. I'll do that on my days off, because on my days off I have my daughter, but I put her down for a nap and that's my time. On the days that I work, sometimes it's like a 12-hour shift. I'm gone from my house from 6:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. So what I do on those days is you'll hear a lot of people talk about like doing pockets of time. So maybe like when I'm eating my breakfast before I go to work, I'll put in like 15 minutes, and then on my lunch break or any other break I get, and then if I have to finish up anything when I get home. But it's actually not that bad, because first of all, like when you're enjoying what you're doing, then it doesn't seem as overwhelming. And then sometimes it's nice to just break it up like that anyways. But you'll hear like a lot of people say that they had to start their business while they were still working. Like if it's your dream to eventually leave your job, that's fine, but you're probably going to have to start your business while you're still at your job. So just like remembering to plan out your week is like really important, but it's so doable, because when you've planned for that time, then you're not gonna feel overwhelmed like you're trying to scramble to fit it in. But life also happens, and just knowing that and doing your best is important too.
All right. Hi, I am Adrian. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I have been for 5 years. My oldest son is 5, and he just started kindergarten this year. So when I started coaching, I had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old. I just found out my 5-year-old is autistic. My husband had just had ACL surgery, and I started coaching and doing 80-day obsession all at the same time. And I was a stay-at-home mom. So you just find ways to make it work. So it's totally doable. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And really for me, it was more about having something for myself. I kind of felt like I had just been on mom mode for so long that I really needed to do something for myself. And this kind of gave me the outlet I was looking for. And, that kind of like drive I had to help other women. So this just gave me the platform that I needed. So as far as like getting my craft done, in an ideal world, I get up early before my kids to get some stuff done, like my workout and some other stuff. And then now I'm just in a routine where my oldest goes to school. Then I get my others ready for preschool. Then I come home, and then I get some more work done. And then I go and do the whole pickup. And today in carpool line, that wonderful carpool line, if you are a mom of school age kids, then you just sit there forever in the carpool line. I was messaging people back on Instagram. So I use time when, I have it. So I think it's all about using the time that you have, using it wisely, finding those pockets. And for me, it was really finding my why and my driving force. And then once I figured that out, making the time and scheduling in the time for myself is really what it became, is just having that time for myself. And so if you want it, it's totally possible. I still volunteer at my son's school. I do reading folders every Thursday morning. I haven't had to give up my life. This has just become part of my life, and it's just all encompassing. And I have a lot going on with my son and my daughters, and my husband is also a football coach. Like, it's a lot, but it's just like Beachbody and my life are just one together, and it's just part of my day, and that's just how it works now. So if you're a stay-at-home mom and you have been for a long time and you're scared of the change, you can totally make it work. It just becomes part of your life. So it's been a good thing for me.
Awesome. Am I next, Alyssa?
Go ahead, Naomi.
Oh, I didn't know if you could hear me. Sorry. Yeah, I'm Naomi, and I am a homeschool mom, stay-at-home mom as well. And my why is really what drives me every day to do this. But because I have been home with, my kids for almost 5 years as well, it's just like going down to just my husband working, mainly was a huge change for us. And I feel like ever since then, money is just always so tight. And so we just kind of got tired of living that way. And I really didn't want to go back to work full time. I was a hairstylist. All right, I'm a hairstylist, and tried doing that from home. I still do it from home a little bit, but it just wasn't working out childcare wise. Like, it just wasn't making enough money to make it worth it. So I really was looking for something that I could do along with being, home with my kids, because I want to be home with my kids, especially while they're so young. And I'm homeschooling my daughter, which is a huge commitment because really means I have no break, like, ever. So as much as I want to do that, and I have a lot of drive to do that, I knew that that would mean, a limited amount of jobs that would work for our lifestyle. But so coaching's really given me the opportunity to work towards something that's also just for me, my own, like an outlet for me that I'm benefiting from, physically and mentally, but then also going to provide more income for my family. I've only been coaching since May, beginning of May, I guess, but I'm already making money. And, in a business, like a new business, that's unheard of to, 4 months in to already be making a profit and not, so I totally believe in this business. It's definitely work. So, just like anything, it's not going to happen quickly. Like overnight, you're not going to wake up, making $1 million. But if you work hard and you're willing to make it work with your lifestyle, it's definitely doable. Like, if I can do it, I think anyone can do it, because I feel like I have no time to myself. Like, my husband's a firefighter and he's a nurse, so he works a lot and is gone a lot of nights, and like that leaves me, my kids freaking wake up so early. I don't literally have like a minute to myself all day, I feel like. So they wake up at like between 5:30, and so I wake up at like 4:30 to try to get my workouts in. And not that you have to do it that way, but it just goes to show you, like, if you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. And I know how much better I feel just getting my workouts in and drinking my shakes and the business aspect as well. Like I know it's blessing my family already. It's going to do big things. So that's why I keep going because I do 100% believe in it. And but it's not always easy, and anything that's worth fighting for isn't, right? So just like anything in life. But I think, yeah, I also started this like coaching, journey when my husband was in the fire academy and was gone also a lot. And like, it was just a crazy season of life. And even now, like I'm really teaching my daughter like kindergarten. And even though that sounds simple, it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of energy just to like, but I'm still making it work. And same as Adrian, like just using those pockets during the day that I do have. Like if my kids are playing for a little bit, I'll go in the other room and just like follow up on messages and things like that. So it's definitely, you can fit things in. But I won't sit here and tell you that you're not going to have to work for it, because you are. But I know the payoffs are worth it. So
Thanks, girl.
I think that leaves me, right? Yeah. Okay. I started coaching about, I think like a year and a half ago after I had my third kid, which was my third C-section. So that wasn't easy to get into working out. But I realized that like I wasn't happy with myself or my life like at all. I almost didn't like being a mom anymore because I was so tired and I was home with them a lot. And I decided to give coaching a whirl, and it's been amazing. I've met like so many awesome new people, and I feel like it gives me like something to do, something to work for. Consistency is definitely key. I've learned that like hardcore. The more consistent I am, I've noticed the more feedback I get. It's not always easy, like Naomi said. It is definitely a lot of work. But finding the time to do it, one, for yourself makes it easier because you're doing it for yourself. And then two, just making it work in your lifestyle. There's no right or wrong way to do it. As long as you're just doing the vitals every day, it's going to get you somewhere. Having 4 kids doesn't always make it easy. I have to get up sometimes early if I want to get my workout done without stopping. But it's definitely doable. It works for me. I try and get my work done if they're napping, or when they're asleep is when I get a lot of my like messages out. Sometimes making them a part of my messages, say hi, has to be done. But it's definitely doable, like for anybody. Finding, like Naomi said, finding your reason why. My husband is miserable at his job, and I'm tired of seeing him come home miserable. And so it's definitely made it easier to try and push when you have your why. So starting with your why is like definitely what gets you going, I feel like. I don't know what else.
Thank you. I'll just wrap it up too with just like, clearly there's some stay-at-home moms here, some working moms here. When I started coaching, I've been coaching for 3 years in January. I did not have kids yet. I was still working full-time. We were just like a newlywed couple with a dog. But in being a stay-at-home mom was like maybe someday that would be a great dream. But for me, I just needed some breathing room in the budget. Like I had a new car payment, literally had like $20 at the end of every paycheck. That was just like spend or save money. Like we weren't making progress. And I was at the end of my rope, like completely giving up on myself and my fitness journey. So to have something to hold you accountable and provide an income is like, it's a freaking unicorn job. And I'm sure you're going to hear that so much throughout this group here, but anybody can do this, you guys. There might be a lot of moms in here. There might be a lot of females in here, but there are some kick-ass male coaches. There are some incredible young coaches. There are some awesome older coaches. Like, age does not matter, gender does not matter. As long as you have a drive to become a better person and to really give yourself permission to dream big and to work for it, you will be successful at this. And it will blow your mind. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. And hopefully we see you guys on the team soon. All right, we'll wrap it up. But if you have any questions, reach out to your coach. Thank you.
Bye.